Hello, everybody. Brent Garrett from the Norfolk Sertoma Club, current president. Thanks so much for taking an opportunity to watch this interview. Today, we are pleased to have Debbie Steitzer-Brame from Edmarc here. And we have supported Edmarc for quite a while. And so wanted to take an opportunity to allow Debbie to tell us a little bit about her organization, what they do in the community. And just, overall impact. So first off, Debbie, welcome. Hope you're having a good day.
Having a great day. Every day is a great day.
Awesome. Well, can you maybe just tell everyone a little bit about Edmarc?
Oh, sure. So Edmarc is a very unique organization, and it's like no other organization or healthcare entity that I know of. Edmarc is the Pediatric Hospice and Palliative Care Program here in Hampton Roads, and we've been serving folks, little ones here in the region, for over 42 years. It's a long time.
Sure.
And so what Edmarc does is that we work really hard with our inpatient facilities so that when children are identified with a potentially life-threatening illness or a life-limiting disease process, they're referred to us almost immediately so that we can work hand in hand together with our inpatient folks and us so that we can get kids out of the hospitals and get them home in their environments that they will thrive and be safe. And certainly in the midst of everything that has been going on this last year, the catchphrase for us is there's no place like home. Mm-hmm. And so being able to provide everything you can do in a hospital setting in a home environment gives our little ones a chance. And so we provide nursing care, and regardless of what they need, it might be administering chemotherapy, it might be providing hydration, nutrition, dressing changes, whatever that child needs. And then also remembering that the child carries a burden, but so do the parents and the brothers and sisters. So our support programs are there for anyone else who's in the home because they are just as affected by that child's illness. And so from a psychosocial end, we're there as well. And, being in the home environment, there's an advantage because you can see there are no obstacles to care. And you see whether or not they have food. Do they have enough to turn their heaters on in the winter? Do they have air conditioning in the summertime? Do they have school supplies, even though some are not going into schools right in seats, but many of them are still virtually in school. So Edmarc is really a turnkey operation to provide the nursing care they need, the support, and then really anything else they need. We're certainly not a wealthy organization, but we're not afraid to ask. And we've aligned with Sertoma for over 20 years now. And the impact that this partnership has had on our children and families is one that is rarely matched. You all have been there for us through the good times and through the really tough ones too. And so, and that brings me to the other part of what Edmarc does, and that's our bereavement program. So when a child loses their battle, our care amps up even much more than it did pre-illness, because it's about being able to be there for those families so that they can learn how to cope with the loss and devastation after a little one loses their battle and dies. And so that can go on for weeks, months, or even in some situations, many years. And, it's all because of folks like you all and many, many others in our generous Hampton Roads community that give us the support that we need to do this work each and every day.
That's remarkable. So I guess lastly, when you think about 2021 and how we're all navigating, COVID and all that, are there any immediate needs that you have or any specific goals that you'd like to share that we could potentially, just communicate out?
Well, we're all under, I think, some restrictions of some kind. And, we as a staff have been talking about where our restrictions and our limitations are. And it hasn't been to deliver care because we've learned how to pivot during COVID. And Edmarc's care hasn't stopped at all during this. In fact, we've really amped up our game. We've even included telehealth in our repertoire of care. And so the area where we're looking at now is maintaining relationships with the people who've been supporting us. Mm-hmm. Our volunteers, our donors, those supporters in the community. That's been a challenge. We've been reaching out virtually to folks and phone calls and notes, But, I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse a long time, and there is nothing like human touch. And frankly, my hug tank is on empty. And we can't wait to get back to be able to be with people. That's that's human beings. That's who we are. And so the areas that we're really looking at in the upcoming year is how can we get small gatherings together, and how can we partner with Sertoma. We want to have a little gathering here on the grounds at Edmarc. We know you have this big smoker that you're anxious to use. Maybe we might partner and do something fun and bring our groups together and other supporters so that they can hear the good message of Edmarc and the work that we do with Sertoma. The sky's the limit here. Even though we are a certified home health agency and a licensed hospice, we comply with all the rules and regulations, but we've figured out how to skirt that sometimes. And because Edmarc was built on a charity model, families never get a bill from us for anything, for not a thing that we do. And it goes back to, having the support of Brent, you and all the Sertoma buddies and so many others that allow us to do this every day. It's a privilege to be a part of Edmarc. And we really value what you all provide and the partnership that we have with you.
That's awesome. Well, I've been to your operations. You got quite an awesome garden there, and I would encourage everyone who is watching this to please donate generously. Edmarc is a wonderful organization. No child should have to deal with cancer, but when they do, Edmarc is there to support, and we as an organization will do everything we can to support you guys. So again, thank you so much, Debbie. This has been great, and I hope to see you guys soon. And thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. You all take care. We miss you, and virtual hugs to everybody.
That's right.
Take care. Bye.